What's up, y'all? Isaac here, Blue Collar Training. Me and Daniel here at the gym. We're going to show you a little back workout to do. So follow along best you can. Have fun, work hard.
Mostly for beginners.
Mostly for beginners.
If you don't know what you're doing, we'll give you a hand.
So anytime you're doing a workout, and something that we've learned through experience is you always want to warm up whatever joints you're working. So for us with back, especially going to be working the shoulder joint, so you want to do some rotations with some weights, stretch out a little bit, especially the lats, loosen it all up, make it feel good. Maybe you can do a little bit of light pump just to get some blood in there so you can better feel the muscle. But overall, take your time, warm correctly, otherwise you're going to have problems in the future. Your joints are going to work there hard, they're going to be aching and just in pain all the damn time. So take your time with it, warm up, let's get it going. Warming up the shoulders. This is something I do pretty much on everything except leg day, even sometimes with that if I do squats, because my shoulders don't like to work that much. I didn't know this when I first started. I wish I had. I'll do this probably about 15 times, and then I'll switch to do some over the head rotations. And all this stuff is doing is just to get some blood into the joint, the shoulder joint, get some synovial fluid, basically like lubrication for the joints. That way they don't hurt so bad when you're actually doing the movements. I'll probably do about 8 to 10 of those. And then I'll do about 8 to 10. Then over here to work more of the back side of the shoulder. You should feel a lot more in your rear delt when you're doing this. And with all of these, they work all the different muscles in your shoulder joint. You have muscles that externally rotate, internally rotate, that, what's that thing called? Is it adduction, which raises into the middle, abduction, and then retraction, protraction. It's a very complicated part of the body, so make sure you do all different types of motions, everything to warm it up, get all the blood in the muscle, get it ready to go.
Alright, first exercise is going to be lat pull-downs. Super basic movement. All you have to do is make sure you're in the right position when you sit down. Adjust the, whatever this is called, seat adjustment. Just place it not too hard on your thighs, but just enough to where you can get in a good position. And then when you start, just start in a fully extended position. And then when you pull down, you want to pull down to your chest. And what I mean by that is you want to bring the bar down and bring it as close to your chest as you possibly can while tucking in the bar. So it's really focusing on all your lats and your mid-back. Bring it down, hold it as long as you can, come up slowly, control the weight. And on this one, you do a kind of a wider grip, and that's going to hit more of your outer lats. And if the closer you come in on the bar, it's going to be hitting more of your central back. So it's all preference. I prefer to do it right about in the middle. That's where I feel it the best, but you can do overhand, underhand, whatever feels best. But for this movement, it's all about control, and go as heavy as you feel comfortable with the weight and try to push yourself as much as you can.
And as far as sets and reps go for working back, me personally, I kind of like to go heavier. If I do too many reps and increase the volume, it all translates to working more of the arms than it actually does the back. I like to keep it heavy and go as hard as I can basically with it. Too many reps translates to the arms. What about you?
Especially, well, for beginners, something that we recommend for people that we train and stuff like that, we just always tell them, focus more on the movement first instead of the weight. And then once you get in a comfortable position with the actual movement, then gradually move up the weight and try to hit about 8 to 12 reps. And that's pretty basic for what we recommend.
Yeah. Typical sets and reps, 3 sets of 8 to 12. That's what you mostly get told about what a bodybuilding workout is, but it can be anything you want. But for back especially, 8 to 12 reps is pretty much the hot range for training the muscles. Next up, we got machine rows. And with this one, you could do either this or cables or dumbbells. It's basically going to work the same thing. This just allows more of a concentration on the certain muscle you're trying to work. So there's 2 different variations with this machine. If you want to hit more lats, maybe lower back, lower traps, you want to go the neutral grip, or this one is kind of semi-neutral.
but you want to go and you want to pull, and you want to squeeze your shoulder blades down into the middle and keep your elbows in nice and tight. Anytime you're doing rows with back, you want to keep your elbows in nice and tight, and, well, it depends on what muscle you use, but you want to pull with your elbows, not with your hands. What I mean by that is don't focus so much on where your hands are when you're pulling it, focus on where your elbows are. Because if you think about it, all the muscles in your back, they connect to this joint. So what only matters is bringing that shoulder joint back as far as you can, or in that range of motion you're trying to hit that certain muscle with. The hands, doesn't matter. You could get a whole dang good workout just by squeezing your your elbows back. Don't worry about the hands, otherwise you're going to focus more on that, work more biceps, more forearms. So pull your elbows back as far as you can, keep your chest up, squeeze shoulder blades down and back, activate those lats. The other grip you can do, this is going to work more upper back. If you keep your elbows like about 45 degrees or right about here, nothing up here, otherwise this exposes your shoulders to a dangerous position, might open it up to injury. So with this one, it's going to work more your middle traps, your rhomboids, your teres, all the stuff that works around the shoulders. So this one, again, pulling with your elbows, not your wrists, and you're squeezing your shoulder blades back, down and back. And you can adjust what muscles you use. You can choose which ones specifically. This one, by adjusting the seat. This one I'm going a little bit high in the seat, so it's going to work more right around where the shoulder blades are. If I want to go higher up, I just adjust the seat down a little bit more. I adjust to what point I'm pulling towards. You can think of it back. You can think of wherever I'm pulling the bar to or the weight to, that's the area that I'm going to work. So right here I'm pulling it towards my upper back. That's going to work more the upper back. If I pull it more towards the lower back, it's going to work more lower back. That's a general guideline you can use when you're working your back muscles. So this one, same stuff as with the lat pull down. You want to go heavy, 8 to 12 reps, however many sets you want to do.
Okay guys, third movement right here is going to be a close grip pull down. If your gym doesn't have one of these machines, then you can do it pretty easily on the cable pull downs. All you have to do is just bring your hands in a little closer. So this machine's really nice because it's already at the angle that we want it. So all you literally have to do is come into position, lock your legs in, and literally just start pulling down and come down as low as you can. So what this movement does a lot better than what the wide grip pull down does is it focuses all of the tension into your mid back. So it's going to be working pretty much the core of your back and a lot of your lats too, instead of the pull downs that do mostly just lats. So this is going to give you that real dense back, strong, thick back look. And basically when you come down, you're just trying to tuck your elbows in as far into your body as you possibly can. And you're not really focusing on your hands at all. You're just coming down, focusing on your elbows, and trying to bring these bars as close to your body as you possibly can. And then come up, control the weight, come down, just try to keep the movement as controlled as possible and do whatever amount of weight that you feel comfortable with.
Fourth move we got here is chest supported bench rows at about a 30-degree angle, something like that. And with this, you're going to have the dumbbells right here hanging.
Yes, it's like 45.
That's a little less than 45.
It's like a 40.
It's less than 40.
It's something like that. It doesn't matter.
But anyway, with this one specifically, how I'm doing it, I never let the dumbbells straighten out my arms like this, otherwise you're going to put stress on that bicep tendon, create problems in the future. You don't want to do that. So keep them bent right about here, and I'm going to pull at about maybe a 45-degree angle from 0, 90, 45 degree. I'm going to pull them apart. When I'm doing that, just like I said with the machine rows, you want to pull with your elbows, focusing on bringing them back, and by doing so, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together at the top of the rep. And that's going to work plenty of the infraspinatus and rhomboids, the middle trap, all the good stuff. You're trying to work that big meaty part in the back there. So how we're going to do this, your chest is going to be supported right about where the shoulders come in. on top of the pecs. That's where I have the top of the bench right here. And you're gonna pull back, and you're gonna squeeze. Elbows going back. Bringing your dumbbells apart and back together. With this one, doing the same thing, about 8 to 12 reps, somewhere in that range. And I should also add, when I'm at this point in the rep, I'm extending my back. So I'm actually getting a little bit of work in the lower back, but that little extra extend in the back helps me to focus more on the muscles that I'm trying to work. So all that together, about 3-4 sets or so, just make sure you make it work. Again, pull with your elbows, squeeze the muscles, filling it with blood.
Alright guys, last movement for back. This is kind of a finisher movement. I like to use it for warm-ups and a finisher, and it's just straight arm pull downs. So basically all you're gonna do is kind of just get like a wider grip, and then you're gonna keep your arms completely straight, and all you're gonna do is start to push down and bring the bar towards your body, and you're keeping your arms as straight as you possibly can. The only thing you're really moving is your shoulders, and all you're doing is kind of tucking your elbows back into your body, kind of like a rowing movement, except you're not bending your elbows at all. Well, you're bending them very slightly, I should say. So when you come down, bring it into your body as close as you can, and then squeeze your back. Come up slowly and really just try to feel out the muscle. You don't have to do like a ton of weight on this movement. It's mostly for finisher, kind of getting that last extra pump. And you really want to try to feel out the muscle, and you're really trying to build that mind-muscle connection with this movement. And so you're basically just pumping up the muscles as much as you possibly can with as much blood as you can, and just trying to exhaust the muscle after that, your entire workout. And you basically just want to do anywhere like 8 to 15 reps is fine. Like I said, not a ton of weight, just a finisher move, really just finish out the back workout.
That's it for today's back workout. Thanks for joining us. Again, most exercises were like 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps, maybe 5 if it's feeling good. So most important thing, just do your best, work hard, have fun. That's the point of all this, yeah?
Like, subscribe, comment.
All the good stuff.
Don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, have some fun.
All right.
That's the point of all this. Peace.